Okay, so next we're going to talk about factoring ax squared plus bx plus c equal to, not equal to 0. Okay. When a equals 1. So in other words, when you don't see anything right there. Okay. All right, so we're going to just write out the steps for it first. So we're going to have something that looks like x squared plus bx plus c. And we're going to try to factor it. And so what factoring means is to have it so that when we're all done, it looks like, so this is our goal over here. It's going to look like x plus something and x plus something, okay? All right. And because then when we FOIL it, you want to get back to this, and we're going to check it when we do them, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is when it's a equals 1, or in other words, when you don't see anything in front of that x squared, it's pretty easy. It's just blank times blank equals c, and blank plus blank equals b. Now, I know it's weird to write the c first and then the b here, but that's because you want to think about these factors and then test them into here. So these are what we pick here, and then test here. Okay? All right, so let's do an example. And the instructions are just to factor. Okay? So x squared plus 8x plus 7. All right, so over on the side, we're going to go blank, well, just right here, actually. Blank times blank equals c. Well, c is the last one, so 7. And blank plus blank equals b, which is the middle guy, so 8. All right, now this only works if this is a 1 here. All right, so what times what makes 7? So we're going to pick all the factors of 7. Well, that's 1 and 7, or -1 and -7. And that's it. So now which one of those adds to give you a positive 8? Well, this would make -8, and this would make positive 8. So let's plug those in. So 1 and 7, 1 and 7. 1 times 7 does make 7, and 1 plus 7 makes 8. These have to match identically. They have to go vertically the same. So like these two right here are the same. And these two right here are the same. Okay? All right, so then once you pick those, you just go x plus 1, see, because that's a 1, times x plus 7, because that's a 7. And that is your answer. Now, if you want to check it, you just FOIL it out. I like the plus there. I like the plus there. X plus 1 and x plus 7. So we get x squared, 7x, 1x, and 7. And then notice that that gives us x squared plus, remember, those two match. So plus 8x plus 7, which is, in fact, that. Ba-doom. So it worked. So this was correct. All right, let's do another one. Let's see. X squared minus 11x plus 10. Okay, again, this is a 1. So blank times blank equals c, and blank plus blank equals b. Now make sure you get that negative in there, okay? All right, so let's list all the factors of 10. 1 and 10, -1 and -10, because two negatives multiply to give you a positive. 2 and 5, and now look, if I notice it, I can just stop, but let's list them all. 2 and 5, -2 and -5. All right, and that is all the factors of 10. And do any of those add to give us a negative 11? They sure do, right there. Now, I highly recommend filling them in the blank over here, negative 1 and negative 10, negative 1 and negative 10. They make negative 11, negative 1 times negative 10. Check it in your calculator if you need to, and remember you can use Desmos.com if you need a calculator. Okay, and then negative 1 plus negative 10 is negative 11. Great. So now my answer is x minus 1, x minus 10. Now let's check it. I just need a 2 by 2 because that's 1, 2, 1, 2. X minus 1, x minus 10. X times x is x squared. Negative x, negative 10x, positive 10. And then those two would join together to give you a negative 11. So it's good. See, I didn't write the whole thing out with doing it. I'm just collecting like terms on the inside, being like, yep, that is that. So I'm good. That's the answer. All right. One more. Let's do x squared minus 4x. Let me see. I want to make sure I get a double negative one in there. Just kidding. Let's cross that out. X squared minus x minus 56. Okay, so blank times blank equals negative 56, and blank plus blank equals negative 1. Now, you don't have to list out all the factors if you can already think of it in your head, and you just fill it in, okay? But I'm going to list them all out just in case. So 1 and 56, but I need a negative 56 now. So one of those is going to have to be negative. So then positive 1 and negative 56, okay? Negative 2, and let's see, that's 25, 28. And then 2 and negative 28. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna, let me see, where's my calculator? Pull up my calculator really quickly on my computer. All right, and then let's see, so 56 divided by 3. Nope, 56 divided by 4. So I'm just going through all of them. Oh, there's one. So negative 4 and 14, or positive 4 and negative 14. Okay, as soon as I get one of these to add to give me 1, then I'm going to stop. Okay, but I haven't yet. See, if you add these, you get 10. Well, you subtract them. You get 10 and negative 10. This one would give you, let's see, 28, 27, negative 26 and positive 26, okay? So far, I haven't gotten to it. All right, so now I'm going to do 50. 56 does not divide by 5. 56 divided by 6. And I get 9.333, so no. 56 divided by 7. There it is. So then we get negative 7 and a positive 8, or a positive 7 and a negative 8. Okay, there it is. I found it. That's negative 1 right there. Remember, if you want a negative 1, then you're going to want your negative number to be bigger, right? If you want a positive addition, then you would want your positive number to be bigger. All right, so then I'm going to fill that in. So, well, actually, I'm not going to fill it in this time so that you can see like what happened. So in your notes, you can see what where the blanks came from. Okay, so then now I'm going to say that is x plus 7 and x minus 8. And probably a lot of you thought of that in your head, like 7 times 8 is 56. So, oh, they're 1 apart. That's got to be it. Okay, but if not, this is how they do it. All right, and then I'm going to put it in a box to check it. And if you don't like the box, that's fine. You can also just foil it. First, outer, inner, last. I just like the box. I think it's nice and pretty. X plus 7 and x minus 8. So that gives me x squared, negative 8x, positive 7x, and negative 56. Now these two right here combine to give me negative 1, and then I get an x squared and a negative 56, so it's good.